Some of these cultures have been in these lands for thousands of years. These places, which are so few and so treasured, that symbolize utopia for a lot of the world, these places are going to disappear essentially forever, unless they're protected and unless people invest in their preservation.
The Pacific has always been a beacon of resilience and leadership. I look forward to seeing strong linkages created between the UBPP and our National Adaptation Plan, also known as our Survival Plan, which is now our highest priority in the face of climate change and one that requires significant and innovative financing.
Climate change is an overarching reality that we face now, locally, globally, and regionally. The most important takeaway with me is the financing aspect, because all issues amongst the territories relatively the same. But I think in terms of financing, that's where we come in with our differences.
I think we need a paradigm shift. We need to reimagine the way that international development and climate finance flows into the region. I think the first step is to really clarify what Pacific people deem to be their priorities. And then we need to map out the tailored steps to affect that change, whether that's legislation, finance policy, finance mechanisms, on the ground with community. And a really big one that we focus on this week is behavior change.
This is an opportunity before us that I think has never been present before. It actually has me very excited, where I want to go home and just start implementing right away, at least the beginning steps of what we'd like to see, or the smaller steps. And then with UBPP funding, or when that actually starts to be implemented, we can scale it up and actually move the needle. But there's nothing preventing us from starting some of these programs now.
We really need to go back, and instead of reinventing the wheels, we need to look at our existing strategies at the national level, our international obligations, and focus on implementing those.
I want our leaders to know that we are on the right path. Dialogue and conversations between young people of the Pacific and our current leaders of the Pacific is very important in terms of succession.
We support the UBPP, the biggest conservation effort in the world, because we must find a way to protect and restore our ocean and our precious land in order to preserve our Pacific way of life in a way that benefits the whole planet.